4 downs, I mean, it's too long.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we're in for a rematch of Super Bowl IX. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Minnesota Vikings, and it's coming up next.
Got that shit on.
The first contest played here is still the highest attended game in NFL history. And crowds pushing 80,000 continue to arrive every time the league plays at Estadio Azteca here in Mexico City. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Yeah, okay. Looking for George Pickens.
This will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So the Steeler offense getting out there for its opening drive of the game. Yeah, leading them out, someone playing at a high level over a decade after entering the league. He's got a Super Bowl to his name. It's Russell Wilson.
Kate, Russell Wilson's one of the NFL's most experienced quarterbacks. He's also one of the winningest quarterbacks. Even with a couple bumps in the road in Denver. Remember, over that decade in Seattle with Pete Carroll and the Legion of Boom, there wasn't a quarterback that won more games in the history of the league over the first 10 years. 9 times to the Pro Bowl as well. Put a supporting cast around him, give him a run game and a defense. Russell Wilson still knows very well for this game.
George Pickens, the intended target. And what will they dial up on 3rd and short? Here's Wilson. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's a money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And it's gonna be 2nd down. Ross off the play fake. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along your route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Gets this one to Harris. And they're able to touch him down, so that's going to bring up 4th down.
You know, Kate, that's exactly what that coverage was meant for. Make the quarterback throw it short, go up and rally, and get yourself off the field.
Hunter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. That's grabbed at the 10. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. So we'll see the Vikings offense now for the first time. And we'll take a glance at their 7th-year QB.
If we had asked Sam Darnold, coming out of USC as the 3rd overall pick in the draft, to write the story of his career, I don't think he would have written some of these chapters. But in the end, it makes you tougher. It makes you grittier. And playing quarterback in the NFL is a lot about that. Your ability to just withstand adversity and to continue to get up time after time after time. And Sam Darnold has shown that kind of perseverance.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
Defense doubled him, knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. Bit surprising. Quarterback still threw in that direction with how well that defense had that play covered.
2nd down carry for Jones. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Darnold looking to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be marked down about 4 yards away from that first down marker.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They strike for 23 yards. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down. Darnold now to throw. He'll get this to Jefferson. It's inside the 10. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. All right, still scoreless through one quarter, but that looks like it's going to change pretty soon. It's Vikings ball as we return for the second, and they've got to be thinking points here. Jones gets in, touchdown Minnesota. The Vikings get the game's first points here in the second. It's an Aaron Jones touchdown. Record there to tack on the extra point. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Set to kick this away. And no return here. This is a touchback, and the ball's going to come out to the 20. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense for their second drive of the game. Still in search of their first points as we work our way through the middle of this game. The score is 7-0. On the carry, this is Najee Harris. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. Taking the handoff. Now Wilson. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
And he'll be across midfield and close to that 45 before going out. New set of downs for him from the 46. Now Wilson on the play fake. A risky throw, and they're going to intercept it. Has room down the left sideline. And it's a pick six as he runs it in for the touchdown. Reichert on for the point after. Got a good plant in the rain there. The extra point flies through. And the Vikings double their lead to 14. A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. Cordero Patterson now to return. This return makes it up to the 25. The Steeler offense set to get back on the field. They haven't been able to get that offense going just yet, Brock. The deficit at 14. They'll start with a gift to Harris. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's a Steelers first down. We're to the 2-minute warning from Mexico. The Steelers pushing for a score before the break. First down, ball at the 36. Russ looking to throw. He fires one deep down the left sideline. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. On play action now, Wilson. He's loaded another one up. And this one's up there, but too far up there. No look tougher now with 3rd and long. Now here's Russ. He's trying to go deep again. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. Picked up by Stephon Gilmore. Oh, he loses it on the return. They could get this back. They got their own fumble. 30. He's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field. Offense liked how that play went. They choose to decline the penalty. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Won't make the play on that one. It hits the deck. Incomplete. This one misses the tight end. So now it'll be 2nd and goal. Running behind center with Harris. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers make it a 1-score game before halftime. Najee Harris, the touchdown. Boswell gets that point after to go. And the Steelers chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. Just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Ty Chandler to return. He's stuffed on a return at the 27. Minnesota all set to go for its 2nd drive. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's Donald to throw. On for the point after. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And the Vikings double their lead to 14. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Patterson now to return it. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Steelers taking over on offense with halftime rapidly approaching. And with exactly 1 minute left to go, they've got some time, but they've got to work fairly quick. And he'll be touchdown after a big play. Steelers working with a sense of urgency from the hurry-up clock, continuing to run. 1st down, here's Russ. He puts some juice on a deep throw down the middle. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
And that was all about the eyes. You've got to read the quarterback's eyes as a defender and make sure you know where that throw is going, and when it does, you got to react and knock it away. That is well done.
He's looking deep once again. Oh, this is getting early. Intercepted again. Patterson Smith with the INT. And the Vikings get the football back with minimal time to go in our half.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense clued in coverage-wise to every route combination they're trying to throw?
Darnold. Completed right side to Addison. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down, well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And 3rd and short in your back pocket, you get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Toward the sideline and cut by Addison. And he's out of bounds after getting across the 45. this one. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. One final shot before halftime. He fires one deep down the middle. He drops it. Oh, a huge gain in hand, but he couldn't finish the catch. Our apologies to the halftime performers and anyone hoping for a quick snack break. Nope, not this time. We're pushing right through and getting the third quarter started. Well, Brock, it has been a fun one so far, and hopefully it gets even better. Second half underway from Mexico City. Chandler now on the return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Out come the Vikings for the debut possession of our second half. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Happy with the advantage as we move through this third quarter. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. Throwing here, Darnold. Connects with his back, Aaron Jones. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
You know, you compare and contrast stats over the decades, Kate. One thing you see is that completion percentages are through the roof. In this day and age, compared to the 60s and the 70s, a big reason is just completions like that. Utilizing every one of your eligible receivers. That time, running back in the fire.
Pass was cut by Addison. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you totally flip the field. And totally this time.
And that's a Minnesota touchdown. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they can be a difference maker, they'll look for it.
Here's Reichert, set to kick this away. He fields it from the 8. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. Now Pittsburgh's offense running back out for a new series. And the turnovers have not helped as they find this game out of reach at the moment here in the third. On first down, it's Wilson. Finds a man, right side. Oh, play didn't develop like he needed. He goes out behind the line.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Offense in the hurry up here. Wilson with it on first. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. Oh no, they get him yet again. And the Vikings get it back as he intercepts him for the second time this game. Well, no doubt they envision that as the start of a second half push for the lead. The defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He's on the move. He's keeping it. And he got this close to midfield before going out. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down. They're going play action. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Steelers are going to take over after the return is stopped at the 45. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. They're carried by Harris here to start the drive. He gets to pick up a 14 yards as the chains reset.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger. If that back remains hungry.
So we hit the end. First and 10 from the 41. Here's Wilson to the air. Throwing deep for the end zone. And got his man. That's a Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers get it back to within 2 possessions. The Steelers leaving their offense on the field. We got a 2-point conversion coming up. Wilson's throwing for it. And the call to go for it not rewarded as the pass falls incomplete.
I've heard great receiver coaches say, watch your fingers wrap around the ball. You know, it's pretty clear he should have had that one, and he didn't get the job done. And 2 points, well, they're left on the table.
To the 28 before going down. Now the Minnesota offense trotting out. And they're already up by 2 scores, Brock, but another one here would really put this one out of reach. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down.
Play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice, once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
He's got him, that's Addison. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, then go to work after.
And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Mexico City. Vikings leading by 16. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Now Darnold. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down. They get to Jones, right side. And he gets very good yardage there. That's down inside the 10. Pickup of 8 on the run. And that sets up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run, crossing that first down marker.
And he's tackled for the first down yardage.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy, a lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
T.J. Hockenson touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Now the Vikings will try once again for a 2-point conversion. He's throwing for it. This is caught. And he can't take the completion across. Defense on him fast and bringing him down to deny the 2-point conversion. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. He's got the squiver. And he's out of bounds at the 45-yard line. They'll take that every time. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. Wilson now. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. That's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception, just forcing an incomplete pass. As soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Trying to push it deep downfield. And they pick him off again. And the Vikings take over once again after forcing his 4th interception of the night.
I don't know how many you could have next to you, Kate, that have been in this spot before, okay? I have thrown 5 interceptions in the game. It happened to be a rivalry game back in college. It was one of the most humbling, horrific experiences of my life. Please, Coach, take this player out. We do not need to see another interception.
Well, they still got me on this nigga.
And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. Wow, they're going to pass it here.
Look, they keep doing that shit.
And he sails that one up the end zone. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And now it's 2nd down.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback down there, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. QB super fortunate that ball wasn't picked. And incompletion, still pretty good for the defense, too.
He's loaded another one up. Big gain downfield. And they strike for a touchdown on the final play of the game. They didn't need it, but they will take it anyway. The Vikings put up even more points in a win. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating
GG's
performance.
chat.
I would, really in all phases, too.
The
I
best we
thought
could.
coming in that this would be a much closer game than it's turned out to be. Back in other words, dude, this offense has been outstanding throughout.
Still was a good game,
So
dude.
it's a win for the Vikings. And we know how rain can wreak havoc at any moment on a football.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where London will play host to a different kind of football. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars and the New York Giants.
Here's the rookie from Arkansas, Cam Little, ready to get us started. And we are underway here in England. Amir Smith-Marset now from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They will be led out by a second-round pick in 2019. Out of Missouri, it's Drew Lock.
And I think that everyone is looking forward to seeing Drew Lock take the next step in the quarterback evolutionary process. Decision-making is something that he's working on improving because he's got plenty of arm and makes excellent off-platform throws. What he's seeking now? To be consistent in all of his processes.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 4. They'll go again with Tracy. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Consecutive runs of 6 yards gives him a 1st and 10.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here's Locke. That's complete to Slayton. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere. Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
From the gun, it's Locke. He'll find Smith-Marset complete. And he will have a Giants 1st down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. Tracy trying the right side. They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
To throw it is Locke. He's across midfield. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 43. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. A nice opening right away as he'll maneuver his way up to the 32-yard line. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
That's a very nice game there, a confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
Here's Locke to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
It sort of looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Brought down by Trayvon Walker on the pass rush.
Now that's a heck of a moment for your first sack of the game because if this long drive ends without a touchdown because of that sack, we're going to look back and say that might be one of the biggest plays of this contest.
Pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 21. Tracy going to get it on 1st down. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the 2nd quarter. As they've got it 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Locke. And a big loss here as he's taken down. That is Joshua Hines-Allen working his way in for the sack.
They'll talk about a rhythm breaker right there. They've been moving the ball well. Drive had started beautifully. That one's going to hurt.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. and they rallied and made the tackle.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Giants go on fourth, but come up empty. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10. At the 31-yard line. Now ETN to start the drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on 1st down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
Here's Lawrence to throw. That's complete to Parker Washington. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. On play action, Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Giants are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were in nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field. And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away. Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task. And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down. They're going on 4th down. Lawrence. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Giants are going to get the football back. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Block now to throw. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. And they've been kept off the scoreboard in this first half, but here toward the end, they're trying to change that in one fell swoop, but that winds up incomplete. They look to throw. It's Locke. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Locke. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. All the way in. Touchdown, New York. Darius Slayton as the first half is winding down. And the Giants have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point try good by Gano. And it's now a 7-0 game. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. The Jaguars ready to go on offense for the final time in this first half. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Now Lawrence. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. They go play action with Lawrence. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. The struggles continue here offensively. Still nothing for him on the scoreboard, and now an interception.
Yeah, the offense looks extremely sluggish, not really in sync at all. Dare I say, it looks like it got left behind in customs.
Oh, you've had that in your back pocket. You were waiting for that.
Probably should have left it in my back pocket, too.
Well played. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. The Jaguars offense and Trevor Lawrence getting set for this next drive. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game.
Oh, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. But I think the ball's out, and the Giants have it. It's picked up. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. And, partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but, man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been at a lot of practices, it's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling, maybe we ask them to help us with the laterals as well and make that a better play.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. 2nd and 10. Locke working out of the gun. Has this complete to Daniel Bellinger. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 25 yards that time. Straight ahead, here's Tracy. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Now a play fake, and here's Locke. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Trayvon Walker able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Locke now on 3rd and goal. That's complete. It's Neighbors. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. Gano's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they got the turnover started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They go play action now. Lawrence. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Now Lawrence to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, after incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
That's complete to Travis Etienne out of the backfield. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. 4th down. Here's Lawrence. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. He'll air this one out for Kirk. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down. Welcome back now here in London. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. Now a 2nd and 10. And to throw again is Lawrence. He'll drop this one off with Etienne. And some room to maneuver. Touchdown, Jaguars. Travis Etienne, 51 yards. And the Jaguars are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was Travis Etienne on the touchdown reception capping the drive. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback. This, to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
They'll hand it to Tracy. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And that's caught inside the 30. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Wan'Dale Robinson, 55 yards. And the Giants use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. Locke going to try and throw for it. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Play action. It's Lawrence. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Giants will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. They'll actually throw it with Locke. He's got Bellinger. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Play action. Now it's Locke. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Devon Hamilton coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Here's Locke to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play, but sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one, weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to try and go deep again. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And that's one of the few things that has not gone right for this offense so far. They've had their share of big plays. That was nearly another. But somehow, he just couldn't squeeze it.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. He's going to let it go again. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Giants go on 4th but come up empty. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. So they'll line up for the onside kick. 18 seconds to go. Thomas barreling ahead. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did. A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go 10.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
A lot going to throw it here. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
The good signal callers will never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Locke. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here, and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum the other side is starting to gain.
He's going to go up top again.
Look at me.
This will be caught with taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day.
GG's, chat.